So you've already tucked yourself in. All right. Here. I don't need to sleep, but I can stick around and be here. It was part of the deal after all. Hmm. Thank you, by the way, for always being there, for always letting me feed. So, it's so helpful to have somebody readily available. I haven't had to hunt in weeks. I've never felt more in control. It's nice. Still, if you feel like I'm going too far, you need to let me know. It was real panic when you fainted last time. Hmm. At any rate, your insomnia. Let's see. What should I talk about today? Well, why don't I talk about a book I was reading recently? As you know, I've been around for quite a while, but seasons come and go, and stories are written all the time, and I still find myself gravitating back to the classics. I'm specifically talking about old horror like Frankenstein or The Curious Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Hmm? Yes. How are your bandages, by the way? Are they... Yeah, okay. Let's take a look. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're still tight. Where was I? Alright. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Something about that series. Not series, sorry. Something about that book always fascinates me, you know. It's about a man discovering himself through his debauchery and then trying to escape the consequences of his actions. It really, how do I put it? It's a great case study on people who act with anonymity. It's an often misunderstood story because of its popular media representation where they show it as a multiple personality disorder. But if you read into the text, you can actually quite clearly see that isn't the case. It's actually the case of one personality with two bodies. And when he's in one body, he forces himself to conform to society and represses all of his thoughts and desires. But when he's given his second body, he delegates all of those innermost feelings to that body, and he allows himself to explore them. And it would be different from person to person, but it's interesting in how it manifestates in his actions, things he says, what he does. He beats a child, he takes advantage of the wealth from his other body to do drugs and have copious amounts of sex and do everything that those funny little Victorians thought was detestable, disdainable. I also find it very interesting that, upon critical analysis of the work, you see that every modern retelling tries to make him a more sympathetic character and put it more in the air as to whether or not he has that second personality, which waters down the message of what the story is trying to tell, obfuscating it in such a fascinating way. But they make him more, well, humane by giving him a foil, usually, like a wife or a girlfriend or a fiancée, because then he has an interior struggle about what he does as Hyde instead of Dr. Jekyll. The struggle of, oh, why am I doing this? I have somebody who loves me. I need to stop. But in the original, he did not have that. In the original, the only fear, worry he had was of being caught doing these things. And that transforms his character, honestly. In readaptations, it makes him a misguided but good person. But in the original, you see that to his core, he's actually a terrible person, rotten to the core. Totally irredeemable, and even to the end, he commits suicide to avoid having to face the repercussions for his dreadful actions. I find it to be a fascinating commentary on humanity. Everybody has their pushed down desires, thoughts, feelings. I feel like many people have their double lives. Ones where they show different aspects of themselves to others. And there's consequences on either side if either side discovers the other. It's like that. It's a vampire, but I'm sure it's just that way for you as well. I mean, you are housing me, you're feeding me. To be fair, I am also paying you, but there's a balance there, right? Mutual benefit. But I'm sure that there's sides to you I don't know, but there's also sides to you that only I know. The wider world doesn't get to know you when you're around me. And I feel very special to know that. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy our little talks. Maybe next time we can discuss Frankenstein. Or maybe Kafka's Metamorphosis. Be it as it may, I can see the gentle rise and fall of your breast. Hopefully you're asleep. Your eyes are closed, so it must mean something. Alright. Just in case, I'm gonna sit here for a minute more, ruminate to myself a little bit, then I shall take my leave for the night. I am a rather busy gentleman after all. Although I do suppose saying gentleman of the night has rather different implications to what I actually mean. Because when I say gentleman of the night, I mean a nighttime gentleman. Like I'm going out into the night and being a gentleman, doing gentlemanly things. I think the traditional usage of the term, though, is a lot more non-standard. A little... I'm not going to dwell on that one out loud. I don't want to give you weird dreams after all. What a precious little blood bank you are. Wonder if you realize how soft your skin is. Wonder if you have a skincare routine, actually. It would make sense. After a few decades of randomly picking a stranger here and there to attack, quite the variety of flesh supility. It's very, very rare to have skin that isn't so tough and grisly to bite through. I also find that if you attack older people, that their skin actually rips. It's easier to accidentally kill them. Oh, but I'm just going on at this point. I'll be back in the morning, and then it'll be your turn. I look forward to having you tell me whatever's on your mind. It is a lovely lullaby to hear your voice when I fall asleep. I just hope that you feel the same way about me.